You know when you're starving, and all you can think about is how your stomach is practically growling like a bear? Well, that was me just a day ago, and let me tell you, it was not a pleasant experience. Not just because I was hungry, but because of the way my partner reacted afterward. I can't help but ask myself, Aitia for eating his dinner? Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm 26, and I'm 3 months pregnant. My days consist of munching on snacks every hour because I struggle with low blood pressure, which means if I don't eat, I might faint. You could say I'm like a car that needs fuel to run. Without it, I simply can't function. But somehow my partner Mark, who's 30, still doesn't quite get that, even though we've been living together for a while now. Yesterday was supposed to be a low-key evening. Mark had invited some coworkers over for drinks, and I knew right away that my social anxiety was going to kick in. You see, I'm autistic, so being around too many people can be overwhelming. I tried to push through it. I really did. But the noise, the laughter, the chattering, it all felt like a tidal wave crashing down on me. I could feel my energy depleting quickly. I shared a couple of polite smiles and then slipped away into the safety of our bedroom. Mark knows me well enough to understand that I need lots of rest and quietness, especially now that I'm pregnant. I'd eaten dinner before the guests arrived, hoping that would tide me over, but my anxiety is paired with an insatiable hunger that demands to be fed constantly. I had carefully placed my favorite snacks, things I know would give me a boost, into the fridge, labeled them even, hoping to avoid this very scenario. But when I heard laughter from the kitchen, my heart sank. In my quiet sanctuary, I had the thought that maybe this could actually lend me a little peace of mind. Surely Mark wouldn't offer my snacks to his coworkers, right? Well, I was dead wrong. Hours later, my phone buzzed, and I saw my message had been left on read. Hey, I'm getting super hungry over here. Could you bring me something? My message hung in the air like a whisper lost in a crowd. When the guests finally left, it was like a dam breaking. I felt an overwhelming mix of hunger, frustration, and exhaustion. I stormed into the kitchen, not even thinking twice, only to discover that everything I usually graze on had systematically disappeared. The only thing left was the unsuspecting bowl of rice that I had prepared earlier for dinner. In my heightened state, without even contemplating the consequences, I dug in. From the corner of my eye, I saw Mark come in. He looked both shocked and furious. "What are you doing?" "That was my dinner," he exclaimed. I didn't miss the irony. He essentially had a feast with his coworkers, while I'd sat there starving for hours without even a snack to keep my energy up. I was starving. "I haven't eaten in 7 hours because you offered my snacks to your friends." "You knew I couldn't handle this level of socializing," I cried back, the tears streaming down my face like an unrelenting rain. I felt weak, my body trembling from hunger and emotional turmoil. It wasn't simply about the food. It went beyond that. It was about feeling heard, acknowledged, and understood when I needed it the most. Instead of comforting me, he escalated. "You're always hungry. Can't you just suck it up for once?" He stormed away to grab his car keys. "I'm going out to eat." The unreasonableness of it all weighed heavily in the air. I could hardly process what had just happened as he walked out the door, leaving me reeling in a whirlwind of pain and disbelief. Here I was, alone in my own home, crying over a bowl of rice, wondering how something so trivial could spiral so far out of control. The 2-hour void he left behind felt like an eternity. My mind raced. What had I done to deserve this? Why was it so hard for him to be there for me when I needed him? As I sat in silence, my heart ached, not just from the physical hunger, but from the emotional weight of feeling abandoned when I thought I'd be supported. I opened my phone and clicked on Reddit, desperate to get some perspective. It has been a tough journey for me, but I never thought I'd feel so alone in a partnership, especially during such a vulnerable time. After reflecting on it all, I couldn't shake the question from my mind. Was I wrong for eating his dinner? Should I have just waited it out and let my hunger quietly consume me? What would you have done in my situation? Would you defend your space and your needs, or would you simply let it go?